On this episode, we talk to Ian Allen, who's my personal trainer, and we find out firsthand from him how he's evolved from working in a one-to-one in-person setting and evolved into the online digital space. If you like this video, hit the like button below and please subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. Hi there, Alan here. So today we're welcoming Ian. Ian Allen is my personal trainer, but he's a personal trainer based out of Omagh. And I've been with you, Ian, for now probably well over 2 years, I think.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
probably maybe close to 3 at the minute.
Is it? Yeah.
It could be.
Ian has actually just been putting me through my paces. Literally just finished a session there, so I'm absolutely wrecked. But no, I just wanted to talk a little bit to Ian about, well, first of all, how he's got set up and why he's doing what he's doing initially, but just delving into the whole concept of these podcasts. These elements are based around how sort of small local businesses, self-employed individuals are adapting and evolving through this whole crazy time we find ourselves in. The pandemic, lockdown, etc. It's disrupted so many businesses, but so many individuals and businesses have adapted very, very effectively. And Ian is one of those individuals who I know firsthand from, well, working with Ian firsthand over a year and a half ago. He actually started to branch into the world of online kind of courses and producing his own content from the personal training point of view. But I'll pass over to Ian here. Just basically, and to start off, just tell us a little bit about yourself, like why you do what you do, and yeah, just a little bit of a background of where you've come from, where you're at today.
Yeah, so I'm Ian Allen. I'm a personal trainer. I'm based out in Fit for Life. I also have a studio here at my home in Gervaki. So I started in the fitness industry probably about 7 years ago. I always had an interest in sports, notably football. Like I've played a lot of football whenever I was younger. But probably one of my main things was that I was very injury prone. I was always on the sidelines, with various injuries, whether it been hamstring, knee pain, ankle pain, just it could have been anything. And then that probably gave me a real interest in movement and mobility. And yeah, ever since then, I've just had that interest. I completed a degree then over in England, Teesside University in Health and Exercise Science. And then it helped me put together the Activate online program. And it's something that I love working with. I work with people from all different backgrounds. So it's great to help them progress with their injuries or helping them with their rehab. Because again, I see a big variety of people throughout the general week.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And, from you working with me firsthand, you talked about being injury prone and things like I'm that person. I'm that person. Yeah. Constantly since I've been born, just literally being injured constantly. Anybody who knows me, it's kind of a running joke, a running trend. But that was one of the key things why, it attracted me to Ian, and working with Ian's been transformational for me. Because, I've done it, I've been to the gym before, I've been to different classes, different trainers over the years. And it was always the same thing over and over again. It was kind of going to the kind of vanity metrics, as we talk about, like trying to like build up your chest, your biceps, etc. And it's when you look in the mirror, it makes you look good, feel good, or whatever. But the whole concept, I think, from what you do, Ian, and what I really appreciate, and I'm sure all your clients appreciate, is the fact that your approach, you've got a very specific approach, a very unique approach. And it's a very detailed approach in that when you do a session with Ian, it's not going out and kind of busting yourself and doing 50 million reps and things like that. It's focusing in on the specific areas of your body that require attention from a foundational point of view. And it's those like, strengthening movements and working on the end range movements, that it's identifying the kind of weaknesses and building on that. And then once you build on that structure, I think if I'm describing that right, Ian, you can correct me.
No, you're totally right. Like the first protocol for me, as soon as I get anybody in, is for a movement assessment to identify any weaknesses or any imbalances on their body. And as soon as we identify, if we identify any of that there, we spend a wee bit of time, trying to make that there stronger. Essentially trying to bulletproof your body for life. And my priority, to be honest, the longevity of someone's body outweighs everything else for me. That is the most important aspect, that you're fit whenever you're 60, 70, 80 to do everyday activities, whether it's walking up a flight of stairs or to have a kick about with the kids in the garden. You want to build stronger bodies that are made to last.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And it's the thing is like for me, I played a lot of sport, played a lot of football, rugby, etc. But then you get to a certain age, kind of mid 30s onwards, you start to feel that you start to feel your body changing, and it's just inevitable. Things change, but old injuries and niggles play up, and they come into play. Like I've 3 kids now. I've got a newborn in the house, and just general stuff like holding babies in certain ways and getting into that kind of
Yes,
closed off posture on computers. Obviously, everybody's stuck in their houses at the moment in lockdown as we record this. And it's the whole postural thing where there's back issues, there's neck problems, and it's going to constantly
absolutely.
build up. And that's from the kind of approach that you have and focusing on the specific movements that you teach and your
Yeah, listen,
system.
if your joints don't function like they should, there'll be a compensation throughout the body. So whether that so if your hip doesn't function like it should, it's not a surprise that your hamstring, for example, will get tight or your quads will get tight, because your hip's essentially not doing its job. If your hip can't rotate, like you're into a lot of problem. And the last thing that you probably want to do is start loading that there tissue with high volume and high weights. If that can't function, if the foundation's not there, like that is just for me suicide in regards to mobility.
Absolutely, and it's one of the things that kind of it's a thing that I didn't realize that you never think about it because you just go there, you just do the movements, and that's why some people get, I suppose, bored with the gym. You're doing the same thing over and over again. You've got your own routine, but the fact that you kind of break it down and explain it so simplistically in a way, but
Yes,
I guess so many trainers and so many people just overlook these facts, and it's kind of mind-boggling that more people aren't focusing in and building from that foundation and working then from that and being fully functional. And that's the difference it's made for me. It's crazy. Like it's being able to just sit on a computer, get up, not feel my back sore. I was constantly having issues with lower back problems, and just having
yes,
strengthening movements, has made such a massive difference. Um,
absolutely.
but but that's the whole thing with that as well, I suppose. Like you work in a very one-to-one setting, especially obviously with me and with your other clients. With
Yes,
regards,
mostly it is. Mostly it is one to one. Like I do have clients that come for fat loss and for strength, but again, I will give everybody mobility is something I will preach with everybody, and I will spend time making sure everything works nice and moves nice. I do run Pilates classes, movement classes in Fit for Life also. I cap these at 8, purely because I like to focus with the individuals in the class, opposed to selling out the class with 20 people, hey, charging the fiver a pop. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I feel if we reduce the number and you focus more on the quality
well, yeah,
of what we're doing instead of trying to do too much, like, and it's
yeah,
just sometimes it can be lost on things.
look,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah,
and
definitely. Like
people,
I've been to large classes, you don't get that same level of attention compared to the attention that you give in your class as well. But that's the one thing I suppose, like the impact of the pandemic and the fact that you can't really see people in person. Obviously, when it happened, I was thinking, well, what's going to happen within gyms? They're closed. How's that going to affect the likes of yourself? But I was quite surprised in the fact that we were able to do the online training sessions. I wasn't
yes,
sure how it was going to translate. If it's going to be the same kind of, it's obviously not exactly the same. Obviously, you're not there in
yes,
person, but I was actually surprised by how easy it was to transition into the fact that you could watch specific movements and you correct what I was doing wrong, and how that really develops well into obviously what you're doing with your course as well. But yeah, tell me a little bit about the course itself, because you kind of started developing that about a year and a half ago. Now, obviously,
yes,
with everything shifting online, digital, this whole pandemic's shifted everything 5 years, and it, fast forwarded things 5 years from my point
absolutely,
of
yeah.
view. So everybody's having to shift online. Everybody's having to do the digital thing, and I think obviously you're in the prime position to offer that to people. But yeah, tell me a
Mhm.
little bit about like what have you done with the Activate Online course currently?
Um, so Activate Online is a portal I've set up obviously online. I've included probably I think there's around 60 videos up on it now. So I've got that there all detailed in regards to upper body, lower body, hip, shoulder, spine, knees, ankles. So if anybody has any movement issues or any limitations on their body, they literally can go onto that there onto my website. They can click an area of their body, for example, shoulders, and they'll have a list of shoulder exercises that they can complete in the comfort of their own home.
Awesome.
I've also got numerous Pilates and movement classes up there now. I think there's maybe 7 classes uploaded there, and I try to keep that content uploading every 7 to 14 days. The big thing probably with the online, it's a great portal to have for new clients wanting to obviously see me, or even for my own clients. It gives them an option to have the skill set essentially to look after themselves over the lockdown.
Mm.
So it's been massive for me, the online, definitely.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that because again, like we niggles and things like mishaps, and I kind of hurt my back at the start of the first lockdown, but being able to kind of log into to your membership site and just go through the different videos and identify what videos can I be doing here to help my lower back, or strengthen my back, or increase my flexibility. It's there on demand for you. Once you get access to it, jump straight in. And that being able to translate that from the in-person environment and still be able to impact people, in that way in their own homes, and have a very personalized service, and an ability to contact you also whenever they want to. I suppose if they have any issues.
That's essentially it. My phone's always open, and I'm always requesting. If people want to send me videos, if clients want to send me videos, they're more than welcome to send me them videos. I'll give them some specific feedback then, and give them some recommendations of movements on the program that I feel would really benefit them and help them. But again, it's the thing I like about the program is that it's suitable for everybody. With mobility, there is no black and white. What works for me may not work for you, but thankfully there's enough variety on that program that will include movements that will help everybody across the spectrum, and that there was a big thing. But again, it's just I'm just uploading different videos on a constant basis and making sure that the quality's there and the content's there.
Yeah, well, this was an evergreen thing because it gives you that flexibility, and you can keep everything updated. If there's certain different movements or things that you want to put on there, or somebody comes with an issue, you can upload that into the site quite easily.
Absolutely.
And you can keep it updated. It's fantastic that way. Because I suppose, like, how is that for yourself? I suppose if you didn't have that option, you didn't have the ability to easily translate it into the online platform and have a structure there that actually, obviously you can you charge for a subscription or for the course.
Yes, so
for the membership.
The way they activate online works out at the minute. I'm running a special offer at the minute, so it's $29.99 for the month. And again, you're always guaranteed new classes, new movements on that there, and you've always got your contact with me, and there's free cancellation anytime. For me, I look at it now as a necessity. Every single day I move my body. I just think it's so vital that we do that on a regular basis. If you don't use it, you lose it essentially. Sometimes as we age, people think that, I can't do what I used to do whenever I was 25, But the reason people can't do that stuff anymore is because they stop doing it. They stop putting their shoulders through that full range of motion. Yeah. You look at a child out in the park, for example, you look at their movement mobility whenever they're doing handstands or doing cartwheels or somersaults. But again, that's because that they have always done it. We stopped doing that at a certain age, and then we've just lost the ability to. And that's essentially it.
Yeah, and it comes from like a sedentary lifestyle as well, especially now. You're sitting around so much. Like for some reason, it feels like it's so silly, like literally taking 10, 15 minutes to go and do a few stretches on a daily basis. But how many of us have the discipline to do that or have the time for one reason? If you're homeschooling and things like that, it's an absolute nightmare. But
absolutely.
But that's fantastic, the fact you can get access to that. And like below the podcast, or if you're watching us on YouTube, we'll pop a wee link to the course itself. We'll probably keep that special offer on the link, Ian. Would that be okay for anybody who watches the episode? And I suppose touching on the actual digital point of view, moving online, like what are you using currently? Like you set up a website, obviously, but what are you using to host that, or what are you?
So the platform that I'm currently using is ClickFunnels. For me, it just works really, really well. Because within ClickFunnels itself, it's got the membership site built into it, and it's so easy for me to upload the videos onto YouTube and then just fire them across onto the membership site. Yeah. It's worked really, really well for me so far.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I say, like, I've been using the same for my businesses over the last 3 years. I just find it brilliant. You can literally build a website, host a membership site. You can even do affiliate links for people to promote your courses or promote your products. So I'm totally sold on ClickFunnels. I've been using it for such a long time. But that's the one thing I would probably recommend for any individual or business owner in a similar situation, to really look at that software, because it's got so much information, so much training on how to really become a proper marketer of your business. Is just not just a business.
It's very easy to use. Like for me, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be big into using a lot of computer software, a lot of ICT or
That's
whatever,
very
and I
good,
just found
isn't it?
I just found the software so easy to use, and it's so easy to edit any of the pages that I want on the website, like,
Yeah.
and that's been, you know, that's been huge.
Yeah, no, it's very user friendly, and it allows you to take control. And that's the thing I've noticed. You need to take control of business and also how to market your business, how to put yourself out there, and that gives you that kind of platform as well for that. But I suppose, and sort of wrapping things up, and sort of looking at the context of how you've transitioned. We've been sort of cast into or forced into the point of having to do this, having to move online. A lot of people have done. They've adapted their businesses and developed different things. But what would be the kind of one piece of advice you'd give to somebody else, a business owner or somebody in your industry, who's maybe not, is sitting at home, they can't get into the gym, they can't provide their services to their clients? Like, what bit of advice would you give to that person currently in this state?
I would tell them to go for online, go for it. Like, you can check out different platforms, but for me, definitely ClickFunnels is the number one. Also for one-to-one sessions, like I would use Zoom there, like this call, for example. And again, I would find that it really works for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can think about the initial investment of setting up ClickFunnels, or trying to get into online training, but it's definitely worth it to have them protocols in place, because it just adds another revenue stream to your business. And again, whenever everything goes back to normal, like, I'll still have my online portal. It's there, like, it's so that's a huge thing.
No, I totally agree. Like, it's something, at least it gives you that option, and it's such an inexpensive software to start up with, because there's no contracts. You can cancel any time, but it's very, very accessible piece of kit to get so much stuff set up, and even to capture contact details and things like that. It's just got everything. So, but yeah, that's fantastic, and it's something that I suppose we will be seeing more of. But as far as from your course, as I say, where can listeners, or where can people viewing the video find you? Where's the best place to go to get?
So you can get me on Facebook at Ian Allen Personal Trainer, or you can get me on Instagram at IA Activate, and then my website is www.ianactivate.com. And again, there's a free video design that you will get whenever you enter your email. It'll give you, I think it's the 5 movements to make your body stronger for life. So 5 ultimate mobility moves. Again, this course has got everything in it from a movement and mobility point of view. So I think it's so versatile in what it offers.
No, absolutely. Like, I'm in it. I know it, and I know what you do. Even the free video itself, the content in the free video, for anybody, just go get the free video, because if you're doing nothing else, that by itself will help you dramatically. But that's fantastic, Ian. And as I say, from working firsthand with you for, as you say, nearly 3 years now, I can honestly say, like, the knowledge, the know-how, the information, just how you sort of present the whole thing in a session, how you instruct, and how you help people develop, and help their bodies develop and get to the point where getting movement, getting flexibility that I've never really had before, even in my 20s. It's shocking to me that I hadn't been doing that stuff earlier on. So it's great that you have that. It's great that you have this facility now where people can access it online. And I would highly recommend anybody listening to this, watching this, click that link below and go to Ian's, get that free video at least, but find out more about Ian. I'd highly suggest getting into the course, into the membership site, because it's packed full of content. And as Ian has said to me as well, he's going to be doing more stuff in the membership site as well, and just building that community as well with that. So
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ian. As I say, we'll leave it for there, and if there's anybody wants to get in touch with Ian, we'll drop the links below the video as well, and below the podcast. And from now, or for now, thank you, Ian, and hopefully I'll see you next week, hopefully for a session, but hopefully people will get on board and be fit for life and get moving better, and get really into the movement and mobility aspects of what they need to develop and progress comfortably throughout their lives, so to speak. So thanks, Ian. Talk soon.
Thank you, Alan.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Bye.